What up, baby? It's your boy, the ATX Sooner, back with another video. And y'all know what today is. Well, maybe y'all don't because I'm actually a day late. I had to put in a little overtime yesterday. But anyways, man, what the Wednesdays on a Thursday? Okay. I know y'all, I'm sorry I'm late. But either way, man, we got to get this cranking out, man. Y'all know when we doing this, what the Wednesdays, we're going over what we learned, what we can expect going forward, and what we need to work on, man. Like going into the next week. So like I was saying in my last video, this is pretty much just to kind of bridge the gap, of the 2 weeks, where we kind of go over what we went through last week, see how that can translate into this week going forward into the Houston game, whatnot. It's not too crazy. So for y'all that's new, bear with me. Like I said, not too crazy. Anyways, man, so let's just jump right into it, all right? So, of course, got the handy dandy notebook. Most of these are just gonna consist of notes from the last game, whatnot, and then we'll just go from there. But what we learned, man, I would say that we kind of confirmed that defense was real. I don't think that was something that we really had too much concern about, too much question about. So the defense is definitely real. Special teams, we learned that the special teams is actually showing up this year. We got a kicker. I think G Freaky was the last person to score a touchdown on special teams for us. But obviously he's your punt returner. We actually got one on defense this year with special teams. So I mean, special teams is a plus. Let's go into the freaking offense. I mean, I'll say we learned that Jackson Arnold is that guy. This week is going to kind of just put that cherry on top. Don't get me wrong. And I know a lot of people are saying a lot of things about Jackson Arnold, how he only had like 141 yards rush or passing. Field position, man. Field position. Anyway, Jackson Arnold is the guy. We also learned that despite the fact that, Danny's gonna be leaving next year. All the people that came back that we expected to go pro last year, they're actually going to be leaving next year. But the youth that we have on that defensive side, on top of the offensive side also, makes a big difference going into this year. I mean, you can see a lot of new players making plays out there. So that's something we learned too, man. When this next regime comes in and Danny and everybody, they leave, we're okay. We're good. Defense shouldn't skip a beat, So we learned that. Man, young running backs, man. Like 5 stars living up. Well, I say Taylor Tatum should be a 5-star. Don't get me wrong. He was a 4-star, but he's the #1 running back coming out of his class. So he should be a 5-star. But he's living up to it. He's playing the way he's ranked. Okay. And then we can go on to the defensive side. Look at Jaden Jackson. That he should have been a 5-star. Playing how he's ranked. David Stone, he made some tackles out there. 2 tackles for him, I believe. Playing to his rating. And they're only going to get better. These guys are true freshmen. So, I mean, we learned that we got the young guys. So, our future is bright. Even though our current is still bright to this day, our future is brighter, because that's just more experience for Jackson Arnold. More experience for everybody I just named. I think we had like 27 players make tackles last week. I mean, if that's not rotation, if that's not production, I don't know what is. I mean, come on. Like, to have 27 players, that's 3 deep. That's 3 deep. I mean, 3 deep of our defensive side of the ball showed up and produced. So we learned that the youth is youthin'. Okay, let's put it that way. But let's go to what we need to work on. And this isn't going to be a long video. I'm trying to make these videos a lot shorter because I'm trying to add my positive message at the end of them. But anyways, what do we need to work on? We know we need to work on that offensive line. We know we got some injuries going on right there, but we know that offensive line didn't get much push against Temple. I mean, if you're not getting pushed against Temple, you're probably not getting pushed against Tennessee. I'm pretty sure we can all agree on that, you know. So we know that offensive line didn't get any push. RB1, Gavin Sawchuk, he didn't have the game that we expected him to have. I mean, he only had like 5 or 6 carries, though. So, I mean, how can you, just thinking about that, like, how can you really expect somebody to get that rhythm, when you're trying to figure out who the hot hand is? Some people need to get hot. Some people don't just step on the field hot. So, I'm chalking it up to that, Gavin Sawchuk, he's going to be great. He's going to be the RB1. He's going to do what we expect him to do this year. He just has a lot more help behind him this year. So, I know last year we were kind of low in the running back room. This year we're flourishing. So, we're good with that. But either way, that's something that, I would say that we need to work on when it comes to, Gavin just showing up, maybe giving him a little bit more love when it comes to the carries. But, again, I get it. We're still trying to figure things out, before SEC play. That way we can understand how we're going to going forward. So I get it. Brendan Thompson, he had a couple drops. I mean, he couple key drops also. I mean, penalties. Penalties alone, I'm not even going to single out anybody. Penalties. We had like 6 penalties for, 60-plus yards last week. Not going to shake in the SEC. That's not going to work in the SEC. I can guarantee you that. Third down conversions. I get it. I get what BV was saying when he's like, it does make sense when you're like, okay, this is 3rd and 5, whatever. We're in our, we're right there where we need to be. We're about to score a touchdown, whatnot. It's 4-down territory. Let's put it that way. So you can't really fault a coach for taking advantage of all 4 downs. Let's put it that way. But we would like to get that figured out so we don't have to get to 4th down. We do need to work on that 3rd down conversion because I guarantee the SEC is not gonna be. We're not going to be going for it on 4th down a lot in the SEC. Let's put it that way. Or else, if we are, I mean, it's not going to be looking too good for us. Not that I can see, at least. But defensive side, man, there's nothing. I mean, we're literally, the 2 question marks that we had going into this year is quarterback and offensive line. That defense has lived up to everything that we thought it would. Rocky boys here. What's up, boy? You want to say hi? Say hi. Come here. Those are my Rockies. Yeah, my Rocky boys. But anyway, so defense, nothing to worry about on defense. Quarterback, I feel like we're good at quarterback. I feel like we're even deep at quarterback too, because to have Michael Hawkins as a backup, I mean, yeah, he might not have he might not have produced like we thought he would produce, but I also don't think that okay, don't do your thing. I also feel like, he just showed a lot of flash. He showed a lot of promise when it comes to just playing the position. He's young. You can tell he's young though. So I mean, just like you would, I'm pretty sure whenever we saw Jackson Arnold, we probably felt the same way. Like, he's young, but he got it. We could see it. So I think, that's not something we need to work on, but let's go into what we should expect going into this Houston game. One, we should expect to be the flyest team in the country because we're going to have them new unis on. So expect to be the flyest team in the country on Saturday. Expect to continue with the defensive performance. I honestly, at this point, I'm expecting at least 2 turnovers every game. And for me to have that expectation as an Oklahoma fan, like, what year are we in? What is this a alternative reality or something? Like, it's not normal. But anyways, I expect at least 2 turnovers. Offense, I expect more production on the offense. I mean, don't get me wrong. If we have the field position like we had last week, okay, cool. As long as we take advantage of it like we did, cool. You can't say too much about the yards when it comes to that. But I just want to see more big plays. I want to see more Andrew Anthony. I want to see more Brandon Thompson going out there, going deep. I want to see, I don't know if Nick Anderson's going to play, but if he is, I definitely want to see that man go out there, ball out. Obviously, Deion Burks, man, like, Deion Burks is Deion Burks. Okay? He might be the best receiver in the SEC. We don't know. But I expect them boys to ball out. I expect us to, I'd say another, I don't want to say 200, 150 on the ground, just to be more realistic, because my last week's expectation, I kind of had it crazy, but at least 150 on the ground between all our running backs. Jackson Arnold, if we don't have the field position, if we're not playing the field position game that we played against Temple, I expect Jackson Arnold to have over 250 up in the air, in between 30, 50 yards on the ground. But either way, we're not going to go in too deep into that, because that's going to be tomorrow's video where we're actually going to compare the teams, go over, how Houston looked last week versus how, we looked last week. See, we can really get deep into the expectations. But yeah, man, I just wanted to drop in real quick, quick little video. Of course, let me end this off. It's been over 10 minutes, so let's end it off with the positive message of the day. And of course, like I said, with all these, with any message that I might share, it's not something that I write down. I don't even know as I'm talking, I have no idea what the positive message of the day is. So I kind of just draw off of personal experience. So in personal life, let's say, okay, so I'm probably going to get laid off here in the near future. And we're talking weeks. It's clear as day. You can see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's right there. So it's not something it's not speculation at this point. Now I could be down and out about that. I could be kicking myself when I'm down. I could be, just angry. You put your time and your effort into a company just to kind of not get that same thing back at the end of the day. You think you find a career in something that you work hard, everybody wants that just career, that one place where they can be like, I'm here. And that sometimes that place might not reciprocate the love that you give them. But I'm not going to cry over spilled milk, and I don't think you should either. Life is hard. Life is going to continue to approach us with challenges. And it's up to us to accept the challenge and win. We're as an Oklahoma fan, me and you, we are one of the most winningest programs in the history of college football. And if you think that took place without any turmoil, if you think that took place without any difficulties, without any hardships, you out your mind, And that's the same thing. That's the same way it is with life, man. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days. You're going to have your blessings. You're going to have your lessons, because I don't never call a L a loss. I call it a lesson. But you're going to be approached with both things, and it's all up to you how you approach it, how you take it in, and how you accept it or not. So this is the challenge I'm accepting. I don't back down from hardships. My boy Rocky in here going crazy. But we going to be good over here. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, all the links below if you want to directly support the channel. Of course, if not, it don't matter. It's cool, but at least like, share, subscribe, all that, comment. We could talk about, what we expect going forward into the year and whatnot. But yeah, that's all I got for you, man. I want to thank y'all for tuning in to another video. And y'all know why we got to keep our head up out there, man. You see that? You see that? That's why. It's in our DNA, and we can't help it. Bye.